Hey guys, welcome back in. Going to continue this No Man's Sky playthrough. Now it's probably going to be kind of a shorter stream. I've got a bunch of Christmas stuff I have to get done, but I wanted to finish up the main quest line and get ready to do the post campaign stuff. I don't know if I have to do anything in here. I should be good. I don't have to talk to anybody. We'll go get 1616 done. Because there's not very much left to do, so we'll find our terminus. See if I can see it from the sky. It stuck right out to me last time. Over here somewhere. Must be flying right past it. Oh, I thought it was going to be a hollow terminus. Yeah, for some reason I thought I was going to a hollow terminus for this. Oh, I have to check the beacon first, that's right. Grab some quick nanites. Oh, got a mod I can sell. Alright. Going to a portal next, if I remember right. I think there's only a few steps to this quest, and then I believe the next quest, or the next steps in the quest are the end. That just requires doing a bunch of warping. So what I'm looking for is still like 1,000 units this way, so I think it's a portal. Up on top of this. Wait, I'd be able to see it from here. There it is. Alright. I'm gonna have to recharge this again. We should have enough stuff this time though. I wish there was an option where you could fill all these in at once. At least the little glyph things don't move all over the place. They did for a while and it took forever to charge it. It kept shifting a little bit on you. Alright. Let's head through this one. I'll see if I can find a glitch real quick. If it's one that I don't have yet. There's still a couple I'm missing. Alright, let's head on through. Oh, it's this part. Okay. Yeah. Just let it do its thing. Not too often you get to float around in space. You can now with the new Corvettes, but before then you didn't really get a chance to do that. Alright, let's run around, grab some words. I thought I ended up on a glitch planet with this step, but that's going to be the next step. Alright. I'm probably missing a bunch of these words when I do this. Seems like every time I turn around there's another bubble to interact with. One down here. I think I got them all. And grab these. Alright, interact with the atlas. At least you get a lot of the lore through the atlas. starting up the final quest. With this one, it's a lot of warping, so I'm probably just gonna mute my mic. I need to warp 16 times and then interact with a portal. And that will bring me to my final interface. So I'll be muted through most of this. I just have to go find my ship and take off. One thing I am going to do though is I'm going to swing into the space station that's here and get myself a cheap multi-tool, because when I go through when I reset the simulation, my multi-tool is going to break, so I want a crappy multi-tool, and I think that's it. I'll package up some stuff, but I'll do that right before I go through the portal. Alright, just interact with this stuff. Grab this stuff. Alright, gotta fix my stuff again. The game actually has a pretty good story once you get into it. You know, when the game first launched, there was no story at all. It was like playing in abandoned mode, pretty much, with just really bad inventory. Move this over. What I'm gonna end up doing is, before I go through that portal, I want to package up a lot of my technology. So I'm actually just going to move some of this stuff around. It'll make doing this a little bit easier later on. Kind of block everything in. I have some of these in my ship. Oh, they can go in my ship. Same thing with that. Actually, I got a couple things to sell too. Alright, so I'm gonna go swing into the, let me find the terminus first. I'm hoping that there's a kind of a inexpensive multi-tool here. Alright, looking for a terminus, there we go. Oh. Thought for sure there'd be damaged machinery in the back. Grab a word. Some nanites. There's nothing in here. You can talk to Null, I believe. Oh, I think I'm gonna have to go to the anomaly too before I finish. Alright, progress. Alright, the Purge. Final mission. Get this. And let me check this real quick. Alert Nada. Okay. Let's see, I know at some point I have to talk to Nada again. We'll go talk to Nada and get that out of the way. Where's the space station? I want to head in that direction as well, so... I'll bring in the anomaly just outside the space station. Dr. Nada. And actually I can probably grab the multi-tool that's in here because it's typically a C-class multi-tool, so I just have to remember to switch everything around. I mean, I can always just repair stuff too, it's not that big of a deal, but I'd rather not waste a bunch of resources on that. And it's something that I know I can avoid. Oh, and actually I want to unlock a backpack slot too. I gotta remember to do that. Alright. Well, I shouldn't have to talk to Polo or anything. Alright, go to the bird. See what this multi-tool is. Yeah, it's just kind of a junky rifle. So I'm just gonna buy it. And go buy a suit upgrade. And how much? Okay, so I still have 12 slots to unlock there. And 19 for cargo, so those actually won't take too long to unlock. I'll head over to the space station. I'd sell off a few things. But I can sell off like that, the Viking tablet and stuff that I had. Get rid of some of that stuff. Got a couple modules to sell too. And actually let me move this map over to my ship as well. Oh. See the final interface. Jump in here. Alright, let me make sure that multi-tool is selected. So that's good. I'll just leave everything installed like it is. I'm gonna run around, just treat this like a normal space station. Just check my mission guy and mods and all that. Alright, kill 10 creatures, I'll grab that. And that's it there. So interact with this. Oh, we got Explorer's Guild here. Good, maybe I can start to rank these guys up a little bit. I will take that hypercore. That's why I want these guys upgraded, because they have hypercore and the frigate modules. Grab that. I'm not going to donate that storm crystal. I will donate some of those though. Yeah, I want to keep that storm crystal. Well, you know what, I know I've got a few of them back in my base, so I get plenty of hypercores now. let's just donate that. Alright, and that did unlock the module, so grab that. Yeah, that's why I didn't sell off my mods yet, because I didn't know what module that NPC would have. So I'm just gonna sell all these off. Oh, got a long-nosed fighter here. Alright. Don't want to get distracted. Alright, got a few things to sell off. Okay, so I know I want to sell off that. Get rid of that. Oh, I thought I had more stuff than that to get rid of. Oh, guess not. Alright, and see if there's anything to buy also. I will grab that platinum. And thinking about grabbing that silver too, but I know I've got some already. Alright, let's move this over to my ship. Alright, let's kind of fill this area up a little bit. Doing this mainly because it'll just be easier, you know, visually when I go to move my modules. Yeah, that'll work fine. I'm not going to move everything. I don't need this thing installed. You know what? Maybe I'll just move. I'm trying to think of if I should just move this stuff now. I think I will. What I try to do is, it's kind of rough, but I try to keep things in the same order. So I'm gonna try to just kind of drag everything down. Let's package everything right up like this. I actually do have to move around some of this stuff anyway. Oh. Move all this stuff right down. I keep trying to install it instead of move it. Oh, that I can't bring down, so move that. Yeah, doing it this way, it just makes it easier to lay it back out later on. That one I will just leave in there for now. Actually, yeah, I can package that up. Alright. I shouldn't have to move any of this. I'm barely going to be out of my ship. Alright. And one thing I do want to do is in my ship, I do want to grab a stack of repair kits out just in case something goes funky. It shouldn't, but you never know. I could end up in like a space battle or something, so. Alright, so I just want to make sure I have the purge selected. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 16 warps. Check my hyperdrive here. I should be good for a while. What you can do, a lot of people just do 16 warps to random stations. But what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna warp in between two systems. Let's see, that stuff should pop up earlier. Alright. Make sure purge is selected. I'm just gonna warp in between two systems. Go with the system I'm in now. I just want to go to two of them that are kind of close together like this. So I'll go to this system first. Now each time I warp, I'm going to get a little pop-up with a glyph. When you warp in, you want to make sure that that glyph pops up before you warp again, or else you won't get credit for it. It doesn't like soft lock you or anything, but it can make it so you have to warp an additional time. So you just want to make sure that it pops up. I don't really want to deal with this right now. Somehow thought I might get stuck with a freighter battle. I'll go find a freighter later. I'm just gonna hop in here real quick. Yeah, you just want to wait for that glyph thing to pop up before you warp out. And you see in the bottom right hand corner, it tells you your sequence, 1 of 16. So it takes, it counts for you, so you don't have to actually, you know, lose, you know, so you don't lose track. Alright, well that should despawn that freighter battle. Alright. I don't care about that. Just talk to this guy. Oh. That's gonna be for some other junk. Alright, now let's go back into my log again. Select position again. You know, I hate how the game does this. It just like hijacks your mission when you're in the middle of something. I don't care about a planet distress. So I'm just gonna go to that planet that's right next to it. And I'm just gonna keep bouncing between these two systems until I get all 16 warps. Then I'll get a prompt to visit a monolith or a portal, and that's where I'll change my ship over and go through the portal and do the ending. Alright, so I'm just gonna warp in here, wait for that thing to pop up. Alright, there's my glyph thing, and I'm just gonna answer this stupid thing so it stops bothering me. And I'm gonna have, this is probably gonna update again. Yeah, Dreams of the Deep, I don't care about that. I just want to make sure, yep, because it popped up another new mission. Now I'm gonna have to go back up here again. Select the purge. If you already interacted with those beforehand, you won't have to do that. But which actually, it works out kind of good like this because I can see the two systems I've been using. So I'm just going to keep warping between these two systems until I get all 16 warps. So I'm just going to jump off mic here and let these play out. And I will be back in a few minutes. Now there will be a couple times where I believe it's Apollo will show up, and there'll be some dialogue to go through with him. I think he does it twice. I think one of them's coming up this warp. I'm not sure. We just go through the dialogue with him, and just continue going back and forth. Alright, there we go, incoming message. So, oh, it's gonna be null. Just go through the dialogue with him. And he does it again, I think it's right around warp 14, I think. I get a little bit of lore on null. Just continue on. And the, oh, let me back out of that. I just want to make sure that glyph shows up. There we go. I'm on step 9. And the reason I'm going to these 2 systems that are close, like the quest is misleading. It tells you to get to the center. A lot of people think they have to actually get to the center. What you're actually doing is you just have to warp 16 times, and it will automatically bring you to the center. So, a lot of people say, I have like hundreds of warps I have to do before I get there, but no, you just have to do the 16. And you can go to any system you want to warp to, so they don't have to be certain ones or anything like that. Just have to do the 16 warps. Yeah, it takes a couple hundred jumps to get to the center, so doing it the long way. So don't have to do that. Of course, they don't tell you that when you do the mission because it's all kind of part of the story. So. No, I'll just continue bouncing between these 2. And also, I'm going to 2 that are close together, mainly to save on warp fuel. Because if I look at my ship now, I started off at 80. I'm down to 31. If I was going to further distance, then it would start adding up. So, I should have put 2 in there, but no, I'm just going to continue going back and forth, and I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. I believe null shows up at warp 14, I think, either 14 or 15. So, all right, talk to you guys soon. Yeah, and you notice I didn't get a glyph pop up that time. It's because I already have a few that I found out in the wild. So I just want to make sure that when I look in the bottom right hand corner of the screen, I just want to make sure my tally went up by 1. So I just went to, I believe it was number 13. Now when I warp in here, I should get number 14. I want to keep an eye on the bottom right corner just to make sure it adds up. I just want to wait for that writing to go across the screen, and bottom right should show my glyph sequence or whatever. There we go. So Atlas sequence 14 of 16. So we're almost to the end. We'll go over to here. Alright, go to the final one. For some reason I thought null popped up earlier. You must show up on the last sequence. We'll get in here and then just follow the instructions. I think I have to scan for a portal. Can't remember. Should be my final warp. Just wait for the quest to update. Alright. There's going to be our marker there. Now I'm going to play this safe. I'm going to go to the space station first. And I might as well grab a backpack slot and all that stuff first. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch my shift while I'm in here. A lot of times I just switch it out when I go down to the portal. And just double check, make sure I've got a... Alright, I got plenty of copper. Alright. So I should just double check that. For some reason I always forget to bring copper. Alright, let's grab this Sentinel Quad. See, like, I don't know what's up with this texture stuff, but it's been going on for like 3 years now. You know, I kind of wish that they would maybe fix it, you know? That's not an exaggeration, that's been going on since pretty much 2022. Let's unlock that. Go check with these guys real quick, grab that. He's got 3 hypercores and 3 batteries. And to donate. Alright. Head over here and sell that mod off. forget I had all these modules. And they're going, where the heck did all those come from? And just check in here real quick, see if there's anything to grab. Okay, I think while I'm here, I will grab some of this metal plating. I'm just going to put it in my ship inventory. So I do plan on doing a couple bases coming up. I'd like to try to get some of that ahead of time. Alright. So what I'm going to do is switch over to my ship. Bring that over. I have everything I need to repair that. If I shouldn't need launch fuel, but if I do, I've got everything I need to make more. So, all right, let's do a quick save. And there was something I wanted to do. I want to click on that, the purge. And this will be the final step. And head down there. Probably should have scanned this planet before I came down here. There may be aggressive sentinels. Not sure. Definitely a storm going on though. I swear they do this on purpose. Just to make you run around. Just waiting until I can kind of see the ground a little bit better. Alright. So I'm just looking at my target in the bottom left-hand corner, 1,500 units away. Right, we got a frozen planet. 1,000 units. Of course, it's got these big, weird planets, so it's going to be hard to see the portal, probably, especially in a storm. What I want to do is I want to get my target down to, you know, a couple hundred units probably. And I'll just land and go find it. Alright. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go into camera mode real quick. Go to daylight. Kind of pan around. See if I see a portal. And it's actually right under me, so pretty lucky. Alright, now I gotta remember I don't have hazard protection right now, so you want to do this a little quick. Get this thing charged up. Now, chances are, after I go through this, I might get aggressive sentinels. If I do, I just want to kind of stall. You know, just kind of keep moving around, don't interact with them or anything. I don't want to end up in a sentinel battle with a junk multi-tool. And I also don't have movement modules or anything like that installed. So I don't want to get myself in a pickle. Alright, last one. Activate. pretty sure I end up on a glitch planet, so I will try to see if there's a glitch there that I can grab. See what we got. Oh, we got light fissures. Alright. Just gonna scan around, see if I can find a fissure real quick. Don't see any. I only have like 30 seconds, something like that, to find creature. Oh, I've got a bunch of creatures here. That thing count down. Alright, so I want light fissures. Run around, see if I can find one. Remember that I don't have movement modules on. Okay, I got a light fissure over there. I'm not gonna get there in time. That's alright, I can always find more light fissures. I'll let this fade out, and we'll get to our final interface. We're back again. I don't think there are any words to get at the final. Doesn't look like it. We'll go through and end this. And you can tell it's the final interface because you see this little platform over here. It's going to seem like you're doing the same thing here for a while, but the dialogue is different. You just keep doing cry out. And the atlas keeps giving you different responses. Now what I'm going to choose, if I refuse the atlas, I stay in Euclid, the first galaxy, but what I want to do is reset the simulation. That will send me to a different galaxy, and it gives you a choice of 4 different galaxies that you can choose of. I'm going to go reset simulation. Okay. Now I can come over here, and I can choose a new galaxy to go to. There are 4 different choices. If you go to the red galaxy, and actually you can kind of read what they are. You know, a burning galaxy. It's also known as a red galaxy. Typically, it's more aggressive, it's more stormy, but yeah, that's going to be a red system. This is going to be a green system. This is a lush galaxy. You'll find more lush planets there. This is the second most popular galaxy outside of the started galaxy. This is where a lot of people go. I already have a base computer there, so I'm not going to go to this galaxy. Blue is going to be what, Bullmegger, I think it's called. It's kind of a I think of a word for it. Kind of an empty galaxy type of thing. You'll find more dead planets. I don't spend a lot of time in those systems. I mean, there's not a huge difference between them, but I just don't spend that much time there. And this is going to be what they call a cyan galaxy. This is kind of a normal galaxy. It's similar to Euclid. You know, it's more balanced. It's pretty much it's a lot like Galaxy 1. This one's called Hilbert, and it's the second galaxy. So, if I just back out here, this is going to be galaxy number 2. The red is going to be galaxy number 3, called Calypso. The green is galaxy number 9, Isentam, and I think it's Bull-Dagger. I think it's galaxy number 7 is going to be the blue, but I'm going to go to Hilbert, which is the cyan galaxy. So I'm going to just go reset simulation. There we go. Now if you're looking to do trophies or anything, you'll get a trophy for this. And if you do this on permadeath, you'll get a trophy for that as well as the platinum. You know, an accomplishment or a trophy, depending on what platform you play on. We'll just let this play out, and we're gonna wake up in the Hilbert galaxy, Hilbert dimension. Alright, and then you begin again. This should look a little familiar, as you've done this before. Alright, there we go. Now, see, this stuff didn't break. I didn't know if it would or not. As you can see, my ship is broken. my multi-tool is broken. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna switch my multi-tool. Oops. Yeah, we got some new technology to get together. Let me switch over to my other multi-tool. Oh, I didn't realize I still had a staff in here. Alright, so multi-tool is good. Typically you would have to repair it, but because I switched multi-tools, I don't have to worry about it. Now, I should be able to bring my ship in as well. You know, I could just summon it and jump right in, but I'm just gonna make my way over to my ship. I should be able to make it there without much trouble. These planets are kind of a pain to get around. A lot of stuff to get hung up on. I might as well get a few scans in while I'm here too. Yeah, if I spawned in next to a cave, I would have gone in and moved all my technology over, but it should be fine. Want to be a little cautious of your surroundings and not make any animals angry right away. So. Yeah, because you're normally about 300 or so units from your ship, so you spawn in. It's kind of like you know, when you first started the game, your ship's about the same distance away. Alright, there's our ship. You want to do kind of like you did before, just interact with your beacon and go fix your ship up. Like, I don't really have to fix this ship, but I'm going to anyway because I want to just sell it. So. Alright, that triggered some type of an alarm. I'm just going to jump in here. Alright, so let's get this thing fixed up. I should see, like, I should have packaged up this other stuff. But the only thing I actually need to fix is going to be a launch thruster and bolts. None of the other stuff matters. And talk to this thing. Alright, so that thing's all fixed up. What I'm going to want to do is go up to the anomaly and speak with Nada and Polo. Why are these Sentinel? Is this an aggressive planet? Your ship, they're still aggro. Alright, I'm just going to move over my stuff, because I might have to kind of run away from them a little. Just get all this stuff installed again. See, having it set up like this is kind of nice because I can just drop and drag everything into where it was. Yeah, it's not like a perfect setup or anything, but at least I know where everything is. See, the bad thing about packaging up your hazard protection is you have to recharge it after, which kind of stinks, but it is what it is. I'll just go in and Toss some batteries in each of these. I tend to use batteries over the whatever the mineral is, mainly because batteries are quick and easy to make, and that way you don't have to carry a bunch of different minerals on you for it. All right, why are these guys being a pain? Just gonna get away from them for whoops. Get away from them for a second. Yeah, that beacon must have triggered something. Get away from them for a few seconds. I don't know why they were triggered. Let's, actually, I fixed that ship already, so I can just call in my other ship. I don't know if I'm gonna get attacked by sentinels or ships or not. We'll see. I think we're all set. One thing I do want to do though is I'm going to put down a base computer on this planet so I can get back to this galaxy nice and easily. So I'm just going to look for a trading post. If we can get it to pop up, there we go. One pretty close to me. Yeah, I'm putting this down so that I can get back to this galaxy without much trouble. That way if I ever have to come back to this galaxy for anything, I've got a quick way to get here. I'm gonna go in, claim a base. Alright, and just rename this Hilbert. Eventually what I'll do is I'll come back here and find a portal. That way I've got a portal base set up in this galaxy and I can move around a lot easier. A lot of times what I do is I like to put the galaxy name and number in the base name so that I know what galaxy number it is. And then just click leave and that'll show up in my teleport menu. Alright, let's go up to the anomaly. And actually, yeah, I'll go to the space station after. Okay, so nobody's discovered this yet, which is kind of nice. The Hilbert's not too populated. I mean, there's still quite a few people, but it's not as busy as like Euclid or Isentam. I'll go up and talk to Nada and Polo. There we go. Oh, another thing, after you do that warp, you can bring your freighter in. So you can fly up to that. Alright, so there's Nada's done. Alright. Pretty much new beginnings. That'll stay in your your quest log now, like forever. The same thing with the space anomaly thing. Atlas Path is a new, well, part of the main quest where you go around to all the different Atlas stations. Then you get all this stuff like Dreams of the Deep, Planet in Distress, Under a Rebel Star. Those are all like secondary main missions. Dreams of the Deep is just a bunch of underwater stuff. Planet in Distress is for settlements, and Under a Rebel Star is for the like interceptors, stuff like that. So those are other quest lines you can do. Corvette Assembly and the Fossil are little tiny quests that you can do. And of course the base computer archive. I'm at the end of it right now. Typically I end up going back and forth to a terminal and interact with it. I think you have to do it like 16 times or something. It takes forever. But when you get done, you get a bunch of salvage data that you can, probably sell off. By the time it's done, you probably have everything unlocked you need. Let me grab some stuff out of here. Use up some of that salvage data. So I have a lot of the decorations done now. So start picking off some of these more expensive ones. Some of these are really expensive. Oh, missing something here. Oh. Let me just grab this floor. Okay. Another quick thing, just so, if you go, actually I'll do it out here. And just go to New Beginning, so that thing stops bugging me. Kind of show you guys where I am in the galaxy. Again, this is Hilbert, so what I want to do, if you're ever not sure what galaxy you're in, if you go into your galaxy map, in the upper left-hand corner, it says Galactic Core Hilbert Dimension. That's how I know I'm in Hilbert. If you're in the first system, it'll say Euclid instead of Hilbert. So that's how you can tell. The same thing, like if I go over to Eisentam, it'll say Galactic Core Eisentam. It doesn't tell you what the galaxy number is, which is unfortunate. I wish that's one thing they would add at some point. But I think I'm going to head over to that space station. So I've got to jump off. I got a bunch of Christmas stuff I have to get done tonight, and time's getting away from me. So, a whole bunch of stuff to do still. I'm gonna go over here, grab a backpack slot and stuff, and probably head back to my base. What is this thing? Rendezvous beacon. I'm not even sure really what that thing is. I have to figure it out. Alright, we got our space station. Yeah, and then I'm gonna have to come back here. I'm letting myself get distracted, and I can't do that. Get landed, I'll do my normal thing, just run around, check the mission guy, and all that good stuff. Let's see here. And nothing to get from him. I'm gonna run up and grab a backpack slot. class. Oh, we have an alien. Only a C class. I bet I can find one of these in the system, though. Alright, what I'm gonna do... Typically what I'll do is... I'm gonna take a picture of this. And what I'm gonna do is go into my photo mode. And I'm just waiting for that little banner thing to go away. Take a picture of that. Now, one thing that they did do, in the bottom left-hand corner, you have your portal address. You can now see what galaxy this is in, which is really, really nice. Like, if I'm in Euclid and I try to get this thing, it's not going to show up. I actually have to be in Hilbert for it. So, this is why I want to have a base in Hilbert. That way I can just walk to my base, find a portal, put in that address, come over and get this multi-tool. I'm not going to get this thing because it's only a C class, but what I might do is run around the planets a little bit and see what I can find. What do we have here? We have an adequate, so I think that's like tier 2. I don't think that's a tier 3. But I might be able to find like an A class. So I might, you know, spend a couple hours looking around at minor settlements to see if I can find a better version of that. Let's check in with this guy, get my free hypercore, my free batteries. Might as well grab that. That'd be some free nanites, at least. And let's donate some of those. How many of those maps? Okay, I still have 21. Alright. Yeah, I don't mind donating those because I have a bunch of them, but I don't want to get really, really low on them either. Side ship. I'm just going to do a quick save before I head back to my base. And another thing I'll show you in the portal here. Let's say I want to go to White Rock, it will tell me that that's in the Euclid galaxy. So it tells you where it's located. Like if I go to look at the base I just put down here in Hilbert, it's not going to give me a location. So that lets you know that this base is in this galaxy. But this base is not in this galaxy, so I'm going to a different galaxy. The same thing like the this G19. This will tell me that, you know, it's this galaxy that it's in. So if I go back to here, I'm just gonna warp over to my base. I think I will just grab my plants real quick and then end up jumping out. At least finish up the main quest line. I can start. A lot of times I don't bother with like Dreams of the Deep and stuff. I might end up doing them. I don't know. The same thing with the settlement thing. I don't really get into that either. It's just a mini game, you know, and it's annoying because they're always under attack and they're always needy. So I'm not a fan of game mechanics where you have to like babysit, you know, a settlement. It's just not my type of thing. I'd rather run around, explore, and build bases and do that type of stuff. But I might end up doing them. I don't know. So harvest these. Let's toss it all right in here for now. did pick up some stuff while I was out there too, so add some of this stuff in. Oh, I didn't even know you could put salt in here. Oh. I think I'm gonna sell off some of this nip actually. I'm gonna need to start making room for stuff. What do we have? We got 50 of them there. I should keep some 50, 60, 62. Actually, no. Let's just keep 32. So we got. And keep 32. That'd be 2 biodomes worth. Let's just go sell that off. All it's doing is taking up room in my inventory now, so, or my nutrient processor. But I mean, just look at the smuggled, you know, demand on it. 3 million just for that. For that albion pearl. Sac venom. Might as well just sell that off. Revatina. Oh, I want to put down that cable pod next time I go pick up gold. Alright guys, I got to be heading out here. At least got the main quest done, so we can start actually doing more exploring and building now. But I appreciate everybody swinging in. Hope you all have a good holiday, and I will see you guys next time. Take care.